Hey world, right, this is a quick video just me explaining why I no longer have a guitar amp and why that's hopefully a good thing and hopefully that I won't live to regret this in a few years time. Anyway, years and years I've been playing guitar and always had pretty decent amps. My most long-term one was a Dr. Z Maz 18 Junior, the reverb model, 18 watts of pure valve power amazingness. Didn't really think I'd need anything else, but it was just so heavy that I begrudged dragging it around, and also it was worth a lot of money, so I thought, hey, if I can sell that, buy something cheaper, don't need an amp, save some money, less gear, and don't have to lug anything around that's particularly heavy around the streets of London and up onto boats and all sorts of weird places where I'd be gigging. So I've got one of these, the Helix HX Stomp, which the only reason I bought it is because I'm about to list a few things now, which is not the only reason, but hey, it's small, fits on my pedal board, it has amp sims built in. That is the main thing, amp modelers, so I can have a nice Fender style clean amp, and essentially I leave it there most of the time, and everything else I use all the pedals I used to use. But it's more flexible if I ever need to do anything crazy. If I've ever got to do any theatre type stuff, I can program the whole, every single patch change in order and just hit one button over and over again, and that's dead easy. Or if I need any kind of crazy reverbs and stuff, it's all there. But essentially, here's the signal chain. Dynacomp, always on, just gives my tone a nice little pep. I quite like it. It's not particularly changing the tone too much, but I think it just evens things out. That goes straight, if I can remember all of my wiring. Dynacomp goes into the 3 different overdrives I've got. So I've got my BB preamp, which has got just a little bit of hair on it. I use that for some kind of soul-y stuff. It's nothing too crazy, but it's nice. Bit of a boost sometimes as well, or maybe like indie stuff if you're going to play any Killers or the Strokes. It gives you, if you go for one of your single coils and a little bit of that. It gives you edge, but not too much of a modern one. OCD will do basically anything you want, but I particularly like it for AC/DC. But it does a hell of a lot more besides. And then this is just going straight through here, my Sir Riot, which is more modern stuff, heavier, rockier stuff. That's always nice. That coupled with the delay that I can turn on my Helix there is really that's always fun. And then there's an effects loop on the back of the Helix, which kicks out to my chorus and phaser. Which is always nice. Also couple that with a little solo boost. And then my phaser, which I often use that on a slow setting. And then this is cool. They've got an extra 2 foot switch inputs here. I've used the Boss dual foot switch here to give me 2 extra buttons, and you can use those on different settings. You can use those for many different things. So this one, I think at the moment just changes patch, and B changes the length of my delay from short to long. No, if I've got a reverb on, it changes the length of my reverb from quite subtle to hugely obvious, which is fun. tuner on here, tap delay, and then you can assign all these buttons on the Helix to do whatever you want. But say I've got a kind of crunchy rhythm sound going on, I can just hit this and it adds a few dBs of gain. Which just gives me clean boost, but it will add a little bit of dirt on there as well. But in essence, what I love is the fact that guitar on the back, pedal board over the shoulder, the amp's built in, the radial stereo DI box here, send that out to stereo if you really want, but there's probably only going to be one person in the middle of the dance floor who will hear everything in the stereo that you want them to. Normally send that out mono. That's going straight into Logic for recording and it sounds amazing. I've got in-ears for when I gig, so I can get exactly what I want in my ears. And it sounds great every single time, and every venue I go to, it sounds the same. Stage is quiet, sound engineers love it, and my back doesn't hurt anymore. So anyway, I think that's all of me talking. That's why I sold my amp. Bye.